Hey, here I am again, and this time I've got something really fun that you can set up very quickly in Home Assistant. I'm going to show you how to connect Home Assistant to Google Home via Matter so you can control all your Home Assistant entities through Google Home. This works the same for Alexa and Apple Home. It's fully local, so no subscription is required. Let's get started. As you may know, you can control Home Assistant with your voice in several ways. For example, you can use the Home Assistant Voice PE. In addition, you can also control Home Assistant via Alexa, Google Home or Apple Home using voice commands. That usually happens through the cloud, and I can imagine you might not want that. I will focus on installing this for Google Home, but it works the same for Alexa and Apple Home. Now, there is also an add-on that allows you to connect Home Assistant to Alexa, Google Home or Apple Home via Matter, so you can control Home Assistant locally through one of these devices. Well, Alexa, Google Home or Apple Home itself is of course still connected via the cloud, but you can control Home Assistant locally using voice commands. And that actually has quite a few advantages. For instance, Google Speech Recognition is currently still better than Home Assistant's own speech recognition. Yeah, sorry if I'm stepping on anyone's toes here. And with this solution you can use Google Home to control your automations, scripts, buttons, sensors, helpers, lights, climate, locks and many more components within Home Assistant. And if you set it up a bit smartly, it becomes a true set it and forget it solution. I'm now going to show you how to configure this in Home Assistant. If all goes well, you'll have it up and running in no time. If you want to connect your Home Assistant to Google Home using Matter, you first have to add a repository to the add-on store in Home Assistant. And that is this repository. It's the repository of Topstar. And there is also an explanation about the app that's in there, or the add-on that's in there. That's the Home Assistant Matter Hub. And that Home Assistant Matter Hub add-on makes Home Assistant a Matter Hub. And what you can do with this is you can make sure that Home Assistant devices are visible in Google Home, Alexa or Apple Home. For instance, these are the supported device types. You can make automations, buttons, binary sensors, climate, cover, fan, humidifier, input boolean, input button, light, lock, media player, scene, script, sensors, switch and vacuum entities visible in Google Home. And that's really powerful. So first we have to make sure that we are going to add this repository to Home Assistant, the add-on store. So I'm going to copy this link, and this link is also in the description of this video. Now we go back to Home Assistant and we go to settings, and then we go to add-ons, and within add-ons there is somewhere an option add-on store, and in the upper right corner there is an option repositories, and here you can add a new repository. So here you can, for instance, paste that repository that we just copied, and then you click add and it will be added to the add-on store. I already did that, so I'm not going to click add. Close. And after that you will see that there are new add-ons added to Home Assistant that you can install them. And the one that you need is this one, Home Assistant Matter Hub. So if I click it, you will see an install button. I already installed it, so I see it after it's been started. So I started it on boot. I can even add it to sidebar, so I see here Matter Hub. And now I can open the web UI. As you can see, I already created one new Matter bridge here, but you will probably see nothing there. So what you will do is you will create a new Matter bridge. You give it a name, for instance, well, let's test Home Assistant. You give it a country code. In my case, it's NL. Well, you normally have to type it, but I already tested it. And then you go to include, and in include, you can include all the entities that you want Google Home to see from Home Assistant. I can choose a type, and there are different types that I can use. I can use a pattern, I can use a domain, a platform, label, area, or entity category. So for instance, if I choose domain and I type in light, then it will include all my lights in Home Assistant so that I can control them using Google Home, Alexa or Apple Home. You can also use a pattern, for instance, light.office star, and now it will only include all the lights from my office according to the names that I gave it in the entities. But there's one thing that, well, and you have other things here, area for a complete area, etc. But there's one thing that is really interesting, and that is the label. I'm going to use label because label can be used for like a set it and forget it option. And let's say I have Google Home and I have a label in Home Assistant that I called Google Home. So I want to add this label here. And the thing is that this won't work. So if you have a label in Home Assistant that has spaces and uppercase characters, you have to replace the spaces by underscores, and you have to replace the uppercase characters by lowercase. So that would be Google underscore home. And then you can also say do not invert percentages for covers and include hidden entities. I didn't do that. And then you do submit and save. Well, I already created one, so let's go back. And I'm going to open the one that I created. So after you created this, you will see this. Then you open, well, this one has the name Home Assistant. I did test Home Assistant. This one has the name Home Assistant. So you open this and then you will see a QR code here. I already commissioned this QR code, so I cannot do it again. But what you can do now is that you can scan this QR code with your Google Home app, with your Alexa app, or with your Apple Home app. And at that moment, my Home Assistant entities will be added to my Google Home app. So what you see is here, the label is Google underscore home, and you see all the entities here that I gave this label. Well, that is almost everything that you have to do, but you have to do one more thing, and that is that you have to create a label in Home Assistant and assign that label to entities that you want to see in Google Home, Apple Home or Alexa. So I'm going to settings. I'm going to area labels and zones. I'm clicking on labels, and here are all my labels. I already created the label Google Home. You probably have to make one, create label, and enter everything here. So if I open it, you see it's called Google Home with a nice icon. And what I did is now when you go to settings, devices and services, and you go to entities, let's create a filter on label. Oh, I already filtered it. I created already a filter on Google Home. And now you see all my entities that have the label Google Home. If you want to add one, let's remove this. Yeah, another light entity, let's say bathroom spot 01. It's just for test. I click on the cogwheel and I can add the label here. I can choose Google Home, update it. And now bathroom spot 01 will also be controllable through my Google Home because it has the label Google Home. Now I'm going to remove this because I don't want this. Okay. Update. And at this moment, all your entities in Home Assistant can be controlled through Google Home. And I will show you a little demo now. Turn off Office Front.
Office front off.
Set Office Front to 50%.
Office front to 50%.
Set Office Front 100%.
Office front to 100%.
Set Office Front temperature 20 degrees.
Set to 20 degrees.
Set Mail Arrived off.
Got it. Turning off mail arrived.
Thank you.
Just doing my job.
So this works, but there's only one thing that really annoys me, and that is that you cannot use aliases. If I go, for instance, let's filter on the label Google Home again. Let's say Office Front. Open Office Front, click on the cogwheel. Normally I can add aliases here. So I added an alias for Office Front that is called Front Office. The thing is that with this setup, Google Home will not recognize Front Office at the moment. So maybe this add-on will be updated and then it will recognize it in the future, and that would be really handy because then it's really easy to create aliases and make Google Home or Alexa or Apple Home recognize the things that you want to do better. So this was another old school Home Assistant tutorial. I hope you found it useful. You help me a lot by liking this video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It's a small effort, but it helps me tremendously. Unfortunately, YouTube ad revenue isn't enough to keep this sustainable. That's why you can also sponsor me monthly, just like these people do. This helps ensure that I can keep making these videos for you. It only costs you the price of a cup of coffee per month, and you'll find links to Patreon, Ko-fi and information on how to become a paid channel member in the video description. Huge thanks if you decide to do that. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye bye!